Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie and today I'm here to do my June 2019 wrap up. So June didn't exactly go as planned. It has been exactly a year from when I'm filming this video that the reading slump hit. And I thought June would be the month that I conquered it. And it started off really well and it just went downhill from there. So I read 2 books in June, which isn't bad, but it's less than I wanted to read. I really want to read like 3 or 4 this month, maybe 5, but just didn't happen. So without me rambling on any further, let's jump right in and get started. As usual, I'm going to start off with my monthly stats. Like I mentioned before, I read 2 books in June. Both of those were physical books. I did not DNF any. I read no ebooks, no audiobooks. I participated in one readathon, which was the Emoji-a-thon. I will tell you guys what challenges the books fulfilled in a second. Both of the books I read were fantasies, and both of them I actually gave 5 stars. So now let's jump into the actual books. So starting off with my reread of the month, the first one of those is Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. This is book 5 in the Throne of Glass series, and I have finally caught up on this series. I am up to book 7 now in my reread. If you guys watch my vlogs, you would already know that. But this one I had never reread before. I have reread the first few books multiple times since I initially read them in 2016, but I never got past book 3 upon reread. So now I have reread all of those and I can move on. I have obviously read Tower of Dawn, which I'll talk about in a second. I'm on Kingdom of Ash now. And initially when I read this in 2016, I gave it 4.5 stars. And I gave it 5 stars this time around. So if you guys are somehow not familiar with Throne of Glass, this is a new adult high fantasy series that follows our main character Selena Sardarthian, who is the most feared assassin in all of the land. At the beginning of the first book, Throne of Glass, she's actually currently in prison for events that we find out about in the Throne of Glass novella collection, The Assassin's Blade, and the only way she can win her freedom is by entering this competition to become the King's May Assassin. It's a very Hunger Games style competition, and yes, this is a series that I have a very special place in my heart for. Sarah J. Maas is my favorite author of all time. I do prefer the ACOTAR series over Throne of Glass, but I don't know, something about the series, it will always have a special place in my heart. It is very problematic, it has its issues, it's not perfect by any means. I will say that with all transparency. It definitely needs more diversity, but again, I have read this since 2016. I binge read the first 5 in 2 weeks back then. I don't know. I'm really glad to finally be caught up on this, and I am excited to continue on and finish up this series in the next couple months. And like I said, I gave this 5 stars. And for the emoji font, this counted as the wizard emoji, and that is to read a fantasy book. And the second and final book that I read in June is Tower of Dawn. This is book 6 in the Throne of Glass series, also again by Sarah J. Maas, and this is the story about Kale, and this actually follows the events of Empire of Storms. Kale isn't present in that book, he is somewhere else in this world, so we are following him and where he is while the events of Empire of Storms are going on. I think you can read them side by side, but I chose to read them one after the other. So this one, I had on a 5-star prediction list that I made a couple of years ago, and I really need to update. Again, that will be linked on the screen for you guys who would like to go check it out. And I actually completely forgot it was on that list when I made it. So this one, I talked about this in my vlogs leading up to when I finished it this past weekend from when I'm filming this video. I wasn't really enjoying for the good first half, maybe 3/4 of the book. I was thinking about giving it like a 3.5 to maybe a 4-star at first, but then the ending happened and this became a 5-star read. I was shocked about the events that happened in the last 150, 200 pages. It just like, stuff happened, and I'm not going to spoil anything obviously, that I had not expected, and I love the romance in this book. This also has quite a bit of diversity in it. We have a disabled character, there's multiple characters of color in this one book. Obviously that's not enough, but I can't speak on the representation of the disability or the people of color in this book, but it is great to see disabled main characters because we don't get that a lot in books. So yeah, and also the romance in this is just absolutely adorable, and I'm going to have a full review of this book sometime coming up in July, so be on the lookout for that. But again, I gave this 5 stars. And for the emoji-a-thon, this counted for the shrug emoji, and that's to read a book that you haven't read yet and don't know why. And that is everything I have for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Be sure to let me know in the comments down below what you guys read in June, as I would love to know. And as always, I will link all my social media links linked down below for you guys to go check out if you like to follow me on any of those. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you soon for another video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!